huge.
Mondays are so sad when you waking up to flowers, bringing the sunshine through as the ladies come to you. They have hot topics and interesting guests, making your Monday mornings the very best. It's Monday Morning Talks, we got the sauce. It's Monday Morning Talks, we walk the walk. It's Monday Morning Talks, the sisters are here speaking loud and clear. It's Monday Morning Talks with So, Michelle Lachey, and Miss J. It's Monday Morning Talks, y'all.
Hi guys, welcome to Morning Talks.
Hi.
I'm your girl Miss J. I'm here with my girl Michelle Lachey and Soso. Soso has a family emergency. Happy Monday. Michelle, how was your weekend?
My weekend was, what was my weekend? My weekend was cool.
Sorry, my daughter's school.
It's all right. It's all right. Miss J got it covered.
I knew it. That's why I gave her the thumbs up.
You know, that's why she Miss In Style Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? She got it
Stop
covered.
it, Shell. Stop it, Shell.
She like,
She
so
got
sorry
it
available. I
covered.
got this.
Look, I heard the
Okay.
intro stop and I was looking down and I looked on. I was like, hey.
Right.
Shell
It
wasn't
got
ready.
real
I was
quiet.
like,
I
as
was
soon
like,
as I pressed the intro, the nurse calls, and I'm like, oh shoot.
yes, I was like,
So he talking about
the weekend. What did I do this weekend? Let's see. Saturday, I did. Let me see. Nothing really. Yesterday, went to the movies. I went to go see Free Guy. I went to church. Went to the movies, and that's it. So it's a quiet weekend, but it was nice.
What'd you do Friday?
Friday, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing on Friday. Nope, I didn't do nothing this weekend.
Oh, really? Well, what movie you saw?
Free Guy.
What movie did you see? You saw
Free Guy.
Free Guy. I never heard of that.
And what's that
with
about?
Ryan Reynolds. It's with Ryan
like
Reynolds. It's like a Truman Show type of movie where this guy is a NPC, so he's a non-playing character in the game, and he comes to quote unquote life. He starts playing in the game himself, and he becomes one of the players, and then he helps save the game and save the day. And so, I mean, it was cute. I thought it was gonna be extra stupid, but it wasn't. So only reason why I went to go see it was because, for one, my friend said, she was like, oh my god, it was so good. But then I found out Lil Rel was in it, and that's what made me want to go see it.
He's funny. Was he funny or was he serious in this movie?
No, he was funny.
Okay,
he was funny. He was being Lil Rel. I remember
that seeing something about that with him.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, Lil Rel in it, so let me see it. And so he was kind of a main character, so it was nice. He was funny. He cracked a few little jokes, and and him and Ryan Reynolds had good chemistry, so I liked it. It was dope.
That's what's up.
So that's my review for the week.
We
should start doing movie reviews. I watch enough movies. I'm start doing reviews. Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. We just are. I don't really like movies though, so y'all gotta give me the for the movie so I can actually sit down and watch it. Every time I go to the movies, I fall asleep. I don't know why. I think because it's dark and now they got the reclining chairs. Like it really has to be a movie I want to see. Yeah, I gotta get it together.
It's like he always falls asleep, and I be like, what? Hey, good morning, Marlon.
No. Good morning, Marlon.
Marlon, congratulations.
Marlon is congratulations.
Working on a radio station.
Woo-hoo. What happened with Marlon?
He's moving to North Dakota. He's going on a radio station.
Congratulations, Marlon. That's so dope.
Malignant is creepy. Go see it.
I heard that too. I didn't
see it though.
I saw it. I saw it on HBO Max. I was like, I didn't want to go see it in the show because I thought it was gonna be blah.
Is it a scary movie?
It's kind of scary.
I don't
It's
do
kind of
scary
scary.
movies.
But it's not
I don't like
scary.
scary
Like
movies either.
I don't do scary movies, and I can watch. I watched it, and James watched it, so it's more like.
But kids watch it. Kids love that stuff.
No, James is like his mama. We don't do scary.
My kids do. My kids.
We
love,
don't
but
do
my
scary.
older two
No.
now that they not that they don't do it as much as Lyric do it now, but they did it a lot as teenagers. He said KVYL is NBC, ABC, and CW TV. Oh, okay. So it's not the radio show; it's a TV affiliates. Okay, go Martin.
Come on, meow. Come on,
Hey, the
Martin.
campus.
Congratulations!
Hey, go
We are
Marvin.
really, really
Go
proud of
Marvin.
you,
Don't
Martin.
forget the ladies of Monday Morning Talk when you
Exactly, the little
know.
people.
Don't forget the little folks, Martin. Miss J.
Don't
That's
forget
what's
where
up,
you come
Marvin.
from, brother.
Right. Evanston.
For real, heavy on the brain.
It is.
Okay,
It's
check
a
that
good
out.
movie.
We're
I
gonna
don't know
check
if I
that
like
out.
movies like that because I'm
It's
that
like-
type of person. I ingest all that emotion and then
Mhm.
I have to digest it and then I finally come down from it like
It stays
a
with you
day
for
or
a
two
while.
later.
It's like
Yeah, I don't like that.
You like Saw? You like Saw?
I didn't see Saw. It was too gory. I had wanted to see it, but
Mm-mm.
I thought it would be too gory.
I don't do movies like that, Phil.
I
I
know,
barely
but-
do movies.
I seen that movie with Halle Berry when she was two people. Like that's the most
Gothica?
psychological I can. No, it was
Gothica?
another one. It was another one. She was my kids had me watching it a long time ago. She was two people. She was in a psych ward.
Yeah, that was Gothica.
No, it wasn't. It's not as it was doesn't sound familiar.
See, I
She was in
can't
a
tell
psych
y'all.
ward?
Look.
She was two people. She was I'm gonna have to I'll check it. I'm gonna look
I'm
it up.
Googling it. Hold
All right.
on.
You know we some Googling fools.
Okay, you know we will Google. I can't find
Evanston,
it.
Yeah,
Marietta,
that is
Harvey. We
got
all
the.
in. So Shell's Harvey too, Marlon. She just moved to Marietta. She Harvey born.
That's right.
It was Gothica.
No, it's
Halle
another
Berry.
one. I'm telling y'all. Watch.
No, if you talking about the movie when she was two people and she was in a mental institution, that was Gothica. That was one of my favorite Halle Berry movies. Although people didn't like it,
I'm finna show y'all. Frankie and Alice. That's what it's called.
Who?
Frankie and Alice.
I ain't never even heard of that.
Both of y'all look stunned.
We were
Never
like,
even heard of that.
and then as we go back
It's a
to
good
Google.
movie. And it stuck with me.
Okay.
That's as psychological as I can get.
Okay. Well.
Miss J,
I'll pass.
how is your
Glad to the love. Me and the CDC are gonna have a conversation. No, Saturday I was I got my first COVID vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me out, y'all. Like because I was feeling well. I had quarantined myself to a bedroom. I told Jaden, like, we're gonna have to order DoorDash. I had to have DoorDash bring me some ginger ale soup and crackers. He wanted IHOP, so hash browns. He was good. And like sleep was best. It was like an outer body weird. I don't know. It was a weird experience. And then I kind of feel like this is what COVID feels like. And I feel like I kind of had like a taste of it before. And then getting this injection just kind of confirmed that it is some COVID in the shots, even though people say they don't think it is. But yesterday I slowly recovered, pushed myself out of bed when I did some in Style Atlanta filming. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Me and sometimes off here. That's why she looked at me like that.
I was kicking it with Miss J via her stories though this weekend.
Yeah, that's why I said I saw you.
I was like, hey.
But that wasn't pretty much it. That's just pretty much what Miss J can say on air. So
hopefully Miss J will be kicking it with me tomorrow at Apache. You coming still?
Yeah, I come. Make sure you.
I gotta send you. I gotta send you the info. Okay.
Sounds good. So, how was your weekend?
So
my weekend, Friday. I always start at Friday because Friday is a weekend to me. And I always forget what I do on Friday. So I know what did I do on Friday? Friday I did something. I always forget, which is weird. But I know but most of the time I was kicking it with my daughters. We was ordered pizza and we, chilled at home. Saturday I worked. So then okay, no, so Friday we didn't order the pizza. Oh, that's what I did Friday.
It's
Friday,
all coming back now. So
yeah,
Right.
because I forgot to order pizza. So Friday, I oh, well, I was supposed to went to
so
karaoke
you know
that
we gonna ask you this every week.
no.
We need you ready on
I need to start
Mondays.
writing my days down.
I was just gonna say, write
Exactly.
it down, so write it
So Friday
down.
we were supposed to go to karaoke. I was supposed to go to karaoke, but I fell asleep because we had ordered DoorDash. We had ordered Uber Eats, and I guess the first order had got canceled, and so I had to reorder. Yeah, they just canceled it. I don't know where it was taking so
That's
long.
why
It was
you don't
Buffalo
order
Wild
through
Wings. I'll
Uber
never order
Eats.
Buffalo Wild Wings through Uber Eats anymore. So then I had ordered Chipotle or whatever, and so it was taking so long. I ended up falling asleep, and you fall asleep, you have to leave it at the door, like the food was at the door, basically for probably I don't know how long, but so I ended up missing karaoke, and so Saturday I worked, and then I came home. Me and the girls we ordered pizza, whatever. We just chilled at home. Yesterday I had a spa party. I did. It was a ladies. It was like one lady that worked with my mom. It's one girl worked with my mom. Her mom's 50th. Joe, you okay?
Oh, you all
Yeah, I'm
right?
fine. I'm fine. My phone just fell. That's
Oh,
all.
okay. Like you
Look,
fell
I
asleep.
had a mishap last week. It's chill this week. It's gonna be you next week. So.
Yeah, this week is my
I know.
turn.
Oh yeah, that's right, Jordan. You.
It said, "Boo." I
I'm
was
like, I was just trying to pull it closer.
So
I
it was a
found you, but
lady's
that's okay.
50th
We still
birthday
fine.
party, and so I went over there. They did her surprise 50th birthday party. The girl's mom. So I was there. I did the massages. So I did like her mom's full body massage. Then I did probably like supposed to have 10-minute massages, back massages, but I did 8 10-minute back massages. And yeah, they was really nice. It was fun. It was really nice little small gathering at the house. At their house, they took me pretty good. They bought some I went and gave them my little swag bags with some little gifts in it, and so they ended up buying some more. That was my way of kind of like advertising my little store in my trunk. So they bought some products from my beauty store, and yeah, it was fine. So then that ended. That was what happened Sunday. So yeah. So what Marla is talking about?
What
What
you
is
talking about?
Marlon talking about?
You
Yes,
said
I'm
yes,
supposed to left
stuff
on
on karaoke.
karaoke.
I am so
I
sorry.
know.
Our phone down. I'm sorry, Marlon. Yeah, I honestly I talked to Richie and I was like, dang, like he asked, I saw a text. He was like, "You still coming?" And I saw that text and I woke up and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Richie, I'm so sorry." And he was like, "No, I got the text. He said we're leaving." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry." Like I
Oh my
literally
gosh.
fell asleep. They left pretty early though. It was like 11 something. He said it wasn't too many people there or something like that. So yeah,
Yeah, I was supposed to be in Chicago this past weekend, but
you show up.
I
I
finally
miss
heard
you
back.
too. I'm
I
sorry. And
finally
you're
heard
gonna
back
be
from my
gone, so we
job.
gotta do one before you leave. What you say, Jordan?
I
Sorry.
finally heard back from my job. They've been sending my offer letter to the wrong email address. And
Seriously?
now they are making it a requirement that all new hires have to be vaccinated by October 1st.
Oh yeah, that's
So, yeah, my start date is a little delayed. So that's why I had to go get vaccinated this past week. So I'm just like, all right, it'll be another time I can go to Chicago. So it's always something. It's always something.
yeah.
See, I'm just a little nervous about this vaccination thing. Then it was this whole booster. I just need.
That's only if you're immunocompromised now. If you have like health issues that will compromise your immune
Well,
system, you
I'm
need the booster.
diabetic. My son
They said
has.
that's not a requirement. My daughter is a pharmacy tech, and now she has to be an immunizer. And they're actually now at CVS is requiring um, for them to get vaccinated by the 19th of October, or they're going to be terminated. And she's all freaked out because she didn't. She's like the only one in the pharmacies that's not vaccinated. She didn't want to be. So But she said that people were talking about the booster and diabetes is not a part. And I said, well, diabetic. She said diabetic is not a part of the booster. To part of the person,
That's
people
messed
that
up.
get the booster shot. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
But what
I got to answer a call.
Yes,
It's my
ma'am.
daughters.
But it's like, what about
Joe,
those people though who are well, never mind. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't
I,
understand.
I honestly, I was against it. I still am against it because this is a job that I've been doing for a very long time. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get this job. However, I just hope once I get this next shot, that's it. I don't want to get no more after that because the way it literally made me feel Saturday, like I don't want to say I felt like I was dying because I don't know what that feels like, but I was out of it. Like I was sick. Then my stuttering was messed up. My arm that they gave me a shot and it bled out. Balls on
Wow.
the band-aid, full of blood. The whole outside of the band-aid was full of blood. I don't know if the girl didn't do the shot. I don't know what happened. All I
It
know
sounded like
is I was in a lot of
I
pain.
think that part was on the tech because I ain't never heard
Yeah.
nobody say that part.
Like I never, even with any other vaccine, I've never bled like that. Like when you take it off, it might be a small dot from the injection. No, the
Right.
whole entire gauze was full. And it was, I was like, this is why I didn't want to, like, I had legit whole attitude all day Saturday because I could not deal with it. It just, the way I was feeling, and it was like, I took Tylenol, I took Motrin, I was pushing fluids. I did everything they told me to do.
For what?
Nothing helped until I just
What?
woke up yesterday. I was eating soup,
was your shot?
Gatorade, yes. So all I'm gonna say is if, like, what did Nikki say? We can segue into one of our topics with this, but do your research, people. Do your
I already know
research.
how I got it.
Don't let
I did,
nobody
like I
bully
said,
you into getting it.
My first one was no problem. Just had to move your arm around a little bit, and I took some Tylenol after when I got home. I ate before I got there because I didn't want to take it on a
I did
on
too.
a empty stomach, and I took my vitamins or whatever before I got there. And I got it. It was like real quick, and I was fine. I walked around 15 minutes, like they said, and I was fine. Of course, you're a hypochondriac before you go because all of a sudden you think you got COVID, you think you're finna die because all of a sudden you hear about the shot. So when I went and got my second one, I did the same thing. I ate a little. I didn't eat as much. I ate a little bit, took my vitamins. I went and got my second. Was still nervous, and but I just had this sore arm, and I had it was like a really minor headache on and off, like for like maybe 3 days. But it was real minor. It was almost like I wasn't sure if I had a headache or not. You know what I'm saying? But I was fatigued. I was fatigued, and I had like this really, really minor headache on and off. But then like after the third day, it was just like it stopped, and I'm fine. I'm not a zombie. My daughter's like, I don't want to get it because
That's
they
how I
say you
felt.
become a zombie. I said, well, at least we'll live. Zombies live long, so.
Stupid.
So
What kind of incentive
Oh,
is
mama,
that?
right. Really, so?
You could be a zombie, but you live for a long time.
You live for a long time, Then you gotta continue to move your arm in circles. Yeah.
My arm don't hurt no more. Like now it's fine. It's very mild soreness, like if I touch it, but
That's
it's just like,
unvax is the new
yeah,
name
it
for it.
is. It is. Seriously.
That is true. Circulate the blood. Because
Seriously.
I don't, even though I got the shot, I still have some. So you know what I'm saying? I would never push it on nobody. I'm like, oh, I got it. You should go get it too. No, it's your requirement. Like I'm still weary about it. I'm gonna lie. I'm still weary about it. But I know a lot of jobs, especially in the radio, film and radio industry, require you to be fully vaccinated. That's one reason I got it. The second reason I got it is to just maybe double protecting my clients because I'm over them in their face, and you don't wear the mask and stuff. I just want them to feel like I'm a little bit more extra protected over them, so they can't say they got COVID from my shot. And so that was my reason for getting it. Everybody have their reasons for getting it, and everybody have their reasons for not getting it. I'm not one of those vaccinated people to be like, I didn't take a picture with my card saying I got vaccinated.
Yeah.
And
that's probably gonna be the only time y'all hear me talking about the part
you're definitely not gonna get your.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it though, because my son kind of wanted. He like, I'm tired of wearing these masks, but more so than anything.
That's why I wanted it.
Yeah, but for him, he has heart disease, and it's like,
yeah, I
wouldn't give it to him. But you still gotta wear the mask now, though. Another
Yeah.
reason why I got it because I
Dr.
started wearing the
Fauci.
mask. As soon as I get they like, you gotta still wear the mask. I'm like, what's the point? That's why I don't
And
understand
see,
why they mandating it if you can still get COVID. Why is it
You can
mandated?
still get COVID, and you can still die from COVID having the vaccine. Like that's the
Exactly.
part. That's the part.
good morning, Mark.
Morning,
Yeah,
Mark.
Hi,
Jaden's
Mark.
football
Good morning.
coach. He was fully vaccinated and he caught COVID and died from it. And then Jaden was exposed to COVID a few weeks ago at school. So to keep us safe and everyone around us safe, to take precautionary steps or as safe as we can be.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that,
Did
Marlon.
y'all hear about the Latu lost his license to the face that he said the carbon monoxide poisoning? Yeah, but it's true though with the mask. If you're talking about the mask and we're breathing in our own air, with that carbon monoxide, that's true. That's why I didn't understand that either. And you can still get COVID with the mask. I told you I was double masked.
And I don't like wearing a mask. I don't like those masks. Those masks, I feel like it might be carbon monoxide poisoning, or I don't know what it is, but they have chemicals in those masks because it keeps breaking my face out. Jaden had a really big pimple on his face because of it. Like,
it's masking.
I'm over it.
It's rubbing up against your face, which is causing that breakout. Especially if you're not moisturizing your face and stuff like that in that area a lot. And then, like, your breath is going in that space.
In and out.
This thing right here in this area.
And speaking of people breath, I don't understand how people have that stinky breath, and I know they smell it.
Because you smell your breath.
Your mask, you smell it in your mask.
Got mask breath.
Mask breath. Especially those who smoke cigarettes. I don't understand how you smoke cigarettes and then you're breathing in your breath. That's definitely carbon monoxide right there, because that cigarette smoke that's in your breath coming in and out the mask and and
they be immune to it.
Use their disposable masks, like they're disposable for a reason. Throw them away. And not on the ground in the garbage. Why do I use
in the garbage? But I am one of those people that will wear disposable masks a couple times.
Okay, that's.
I mean, depending on how long I wore it for, like say I just ran into the store really quickly.
In reality, a disposable mask is really as far as I know, it's either 20 minutes or 2 hours. I think you only got it for 20 minutes. The disposable mask is really only good for 20 minutes. What we learned in CNA school, you're supposed to throw it out and reuse it. You're not supposed to be walking all day with that same mask on. It's no good no more. And so you to go in the isolation.
So we've been lied to for the whole year and a half.
Take care of that patient and go out. Those masks are disposable masks. Now the N95s are different, but the N95s you have to be fitted for. That's why someone be like, "Oh, it's too tight on my face. They hurt my nose," because you have to be fitted for an N95 mask. You can't just go buy one and think it's gonna fit your face. We had to be fitted for them in the hospital. So you got to make sure you got the right size N95, which people don't because they don't have nobody to fit and don't know how to fit. You put a whole thing over your face, they blow in the hater, you got to turn, and you're not supposed to be able to even breathe that inhaler air. That's how you know yours is fitting correctly. Nobody fits for the N95. The surgical mask is only for a certain amount of time. You're supposed to throw it away after that. They're not effective after that time. So
just throw the whole world away at this point.
Pretty much.
This is why we all at risk as soon as we walk out the door, because they ain't telling us all of this. And that's the thing too. Like Dr. Fauci says one thing one week, and then he turn around and he takes it back and he says something else, and we just don't know what to believe or listen to at this point.
Yeah, it's just dumb, and I'm tired. I'm pretty much tired of it. So let's get off.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get comfortable. Right.
That's fine. You say I know I do it the whole show. I'll be like.
Look, I got fat with also thick that say live.
Hey.
So sadly, the world has to say rest in peace to comedian Anthony A.J. Johnson, aka Ezell, who he was found lifeless in a store earlier this month in Los Angeles, and they rushed him to the hospital, and he was pronounced dead. I'm almost gonna cry just talking about this, because who don't love Ezell? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
Mookie over here taking it. I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Who don't love him? Who don't on Friday? Who don't love him on I Got the Hook Up? Till I be there with a beeper.
Players Bond.
Right.
Or Players Club. I'm sorry. I said Players Club.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
but I learned some stuff about him today though.
But
First of all, he was just on Judge Mathis being sued by his old manager who he was living with for some money.
Well, I bet
he owed him money. And he went to jail when he was younger for having sex with a minor.
Okay, that's not throw salt on the dead.
Lord Jesus.
I'm not throwing salt, but I'm just saying that it's just like all this stuff coming out about him now. Okay. Now that he's dead, now everybody wants to talk about
now it's all
everything.
coming out.
Yeah, they want to talk. And now I want to start an investigation on that manager. He was found lifeless. You know what I'm saying? In a store. And he just got sued by his manager.
Well, they said it was a massive heart attack. He had a heart attack before.
Yeah. Well, from what? What the manager put in his drink. You know, I watch a lot of crime shows.
Y'all, this is not true. This is not facts. This is So-So's personal opinion.
Did he win that?
Right. Let's put that disclaimer. This is not fact.
This is So-So's personal opinion.
Yeah. Okay. This is not red. This is not facts. All right. I just do I like crime investigations. When I hear somebody had a beef with somebody else or something went on, all of a sudden that person come up dead. So I need to investigate because I love AJ. And I just think that it's really, really sad that he's gone. It's just crazy. We're losing a lot of great people in our community.
May he rest in peace.
It's sad.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, AJ. Now let's get into this other City Girls stuff going on here with is JT pregnant? So basically, the City Girls rapper JT, she posted a picture on her Snap, and people saw her belly, and they said, "Oh, she's pregnant." Then she had this little bracelet on her arm. They said, "Oh, that's a morning sickness bracelet." I never even knew those existed. They must.
I didn't either
because I ain't never had one of those.
What's a morning sickness bracelet?
I guess it's some
bracelet that's supposed to help you. Mm-hmm. She had a show with Young Miami. I don't know where they were this past weekend, but apparently they were performing, and somebody recorded saying that she had the bracelet on while performing, and she had a little pudge in the front.
And she looked pregnant. She just couldn't have COVID weight, they said. I mean, but looking at the picture, she do look like she about 3 or 4.
She do look a little chunky.
Yeah,
she does look a little chunky.
They said more than likely it's about little Bert, who she's been dating for several months. But she do look a little pregnant. I mean,
she does.
I was into 107.5 this morning, and like Kendra G was saying, you don't really have to have your pregnancy no more in this industry like they had to back in the day when Brandy had to pretend like she was married because she was pregnant, because otherwise, because she didn't want to get rid of her baby. Nowadays, look at Cardi B. She strut around twerking in her pregnancy, so you don't really
Beyonce.
Yeah, so you can be forthcoming with your pregnancy now. You don't have to especially if it starts showing. I understand not speaking on in the first few weeks of, months because, you want to make sure or something, or you want to make decisions or whatever. But after you decide you're going to keep it or you start showing, you might as well just come out and be like, yeah, man, we finna have a baby.
And I think too, for JT, if she is pregnant, I think, when she first came home from jail, she was having a hard time adjusting back to being into society, putting her personal business out there with the publicity from the blogs, media, all of that. So some stuff you want to keep sacred. I feel like this is a sacred moment. If she wants to keep it to herself, let her keep it to herself till she's ready to share with all of us. And then she might.
The internet talks, honey.
So well, that's the thing too. Now you performing, people see it.
Yeah, it's even to yourself and staying in the house because when you outside and you famous.
I mean, she got to pay for that baby though.
This is true. And the thing is, the City Girls, they usually are half dressed when they perform, and the fact that they were fully dressed and covered, I was like, okay, it might be a possibility. Yeah. So if she is, congratulations.
Young Miami, she got 2 kids, right? Young Miami already have 2 kids,
right?
So I mean, it's nothing. Go on and show your stomach, girl. Keep twerking. Twerk that baby right out.
But it depends too. When I got pregnant, I ain't no celebrity. I hid that sucker as long as I could hide it. You know what I'm saying? I was like 6 months, and people was like,
"Yeah, I was at like 4.5, 5 months for a lot of people."
I did.
Yeah, and I was 30 years old, still trying to hide.
I I did. I was
Look,
18.
baby.
Me and my best friend, we cried on the couch, and then I went and I told my mama, and she told the whole family. And then I told my sister. My sister's the only one that had something to say. Like, you pregnant? And I'm like, girl, my mama ain't even say nothing. Why you saying something? You know. So I didn't have it at all. I was just like, oh, I'm pregnant. Okay, I'm over it. You know.
I was able to hide mine because it was during the fall, so I was wearing big hoodies and sweaters.
Yeah.
Nobody thought nothing of it. And then by the time spring came around, everybody was like, "Wait, you pregnant?" Yeah, that part. Like 7, 8 months pregnant now.
Right.
Can't hide it at this point. So,
Yeah, I just hid my pregnancy because I was a single woman with no boyfriend, and all of a sudden I'm pregnant.
Right. I was 17, so I'm like,
I was 18.
Yeah.
I was out of high school. Me and my boyfriend had broken up when I found out I was pregnant, and so I didn't even tell him until after my baby was born. Oh, I told him I was pregnant, but I told him it wasn't his because I didn't want to be back with him until after my baby was born. Then I called him and was like, you know,
You got a baby.
You got asked me what she meant.
See, that's how people like you end up on Maury's show. That's
no.
how you end up on
He was like, see,
you are the father.
So she looked
right.
like him. So that is your baby. She got your nose. So,
right.
Don't you see look at the eyes.
Look at the eyes.
Look at the ears. They got the same fingers.
Right.
I did say,
baby, she look like your mama.
You got no chin yet. You see that chin? Like,
she look like your mama.
Baby be 2 weeks old. They be like, look, he got his whole face. Be like, that baby ain't even got a face yet.
That could be. I was gonna say that baby ain't even really fully developed yet.
Baby, you super like
give it a month or two.
He got blue eyes. That's got the same color eyes. He's brown. Like, you see some brown eyes of these blue-eyed babies. Like, come on now. Like, come on.
That ain't my baby. That baby head too good.
Like what?
Yeah,
got
but
the
no,
same hairline.
I was just so mad at him because he's such a horrible boyfriend. And so I told him after she was born, and he, hey, you know, whatever. But yeah, but I didn't had it for nobody but him. I didn't even have the pregnancy for him. I just told him it wasn't his. And he was just like, you sure it's not mine? You sure it's not mine? I was like, I'm sure. I was young, dumb, you know.
Yeah.
Stuff. Well, not that dumb, but
dumb enough.
Dumb enough. Dumb enough. But anyway, moving on.
You live and you learn.
Nicki Minaj, who said she would not return to Twitter after she claimed she was blocked over her vaccine tweets. So Nicki Minaj, she tweeted about the vaccine, saying that she was not going to the Met Gala because they required them to be fully vaccinated, and she was not fully vaccinated. And she was saying that, basically questioning the vaccine, and said that she just wanted to do more research because I think it was her brother, a friend of hers out in Trinidad, had got that person had got the vaccine shot and they became impotent, like sexually or something like that. And so the person, his friend, decided not to get the shot anymore. And so Nicki Minaj was just like, do your research before you go get the vaccine.
People is losing the use of their penises.
Well, you know, that's
so
that's what it was.
Her
said.
cousin's
So her
friend.
Yeah, her cousin's friend.
Right. He got the vaccine and he became impotent, and he was engaged to get married, and his testicles swelled up, and the lady called the wedding off because of the side effects that he had to the COVID vaccine.
But see, are we sure it's even the side effects from the COVID vaccine, though? You know what I'm saying?
So that's what I was going to say. So, like, the prime minister and some other people down in Trinidad came out and said that that's not true. That's false information. Mm-hmm. Apparently, her family down in Trinidad is now being threatened because of the statements that she has made. This is becoming a big mess. But really,
to the White House, they invited her to the White House so she can get more informed about the vaccine safety. And all this stuff. So Twitter, I guess, suspended her because, of course, she's an influencer. She have a big following. She got a lot of fans. Right. And so, but she didn't really say anything bad. She just said what she heard.
That's what I was going to say.
And then she said, do your research. So,
and there was a whole other thread of tweets before that or after that. She said a whole bunch of other stuff like just do your own research.
Right.
Don't allow somebody to bully you into getting it. If you didn't feel comfortable getting it. She never said it wasn't going to work. She just said that somebody that she knew personally experienced it. She never said that it's going to do it to everyone else.
Right.
She just has an opinion like everybody else, and everybody was mad that she stated her opinion out loud.
She said, "Do your research," and and it's like I'm not a big fan of hers, but I can be on her side with this because she was not wrong. She was like she said, I
No,
can't ask
that's not
questions about
wrong.
the vaccine. Like I can't ask questions, and I get bullied. Hey, Space. Morning, ladies. Good topic. I'm gonna be on my best behavior today. You better.
Hey, Space.
Very good. Hey, Space. I missed you, friend.
I know you've been MIA for some time.
Okay, don't be leaving us like that no more, Space.
I can't even take a sip of my coffee right now. So yeah,
Wait, Sophia, that's a big old sip of that tea.
We sorry, y'all.
We so ignorant. Continuing on.
Hey, miss you. Had to work.
Good job.
Mark said, I am vaccinated. Didn't experience that issue. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Mark.
As well.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, because I know people, men that's vaccinated, and I never heard about that experience. That's why I said we should not
heard about that
be stating certain things until we get the full facts, especially being a celebrity. Like to say like, oh, this happened to him because after he got vaccinated. Like we don't know that could have been his testicles swelling up could be any other issue that male
he wore the wrong draws.
Yeah,
he ate something, had an allergic reaction to it.
Like an allergic reaction to one of the ingredients
him
or something,
anyway.
right?
If she left him that quick, so you was only with him for the sex?
Yeah.
You was
and if you were going to take vows with him, he'd say for richer or poor, sickness and health. If he's sick and his penis ain't working right no more, you gonna leave him, sis? That's wrong. Swollen
maybe
testicles.
He was a jerk, and the best thing about him was
testicles. He can get those. You know what I'm saying? Those that can be fixed.
It wasn't snapping no more, too.
No, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes,
I'm just saying it can be fixed. That wasn't his penis. His penis ain't fall off. He just had some swollen testicles. That can be that. All he got to do
She
is
should have got him an ice pack, some frozen vegetables.
Put some ice on it. All right.
Exactly.
Put some
pinky warm bath.
Yep. And now you're gonna be mad when he giving it to somebody else because you done broke up with him, and now somebody else getting what you was with him for.
Yeah,
see,
she
should have got some peas for his little peas, and then she'd have been all right.
Peas for his big peas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I got peas.
I got peas. Okay, sorry, y'all. We've been ignorant.
Oh my God.
I love y'all. Y'all are hilarious. I digress. All right, let's
All right, let's get it together.
Anyway, I think Twitter should allow Nicki Minaj back on because she did not do anything wrong in my eyes because she just stated her opinion. And it's freedom of speech, honey.
Well, that's okay for her to state her opinion. Yes. And that's the one thing that I don't like now. Is like nowadays it's like what happens to freedom of speech? You know what I'm saying? And then I understand like you can't say certain things, like you can't shout fire in the theater and all of those types of stuff that causes panic and war and uproars. But at the same time, when do we stop being allowed to have an opinion about something? When do we stop being allowed to not like something? People be like, oh, kill this person because they racist or that's their opinion. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't harm me, you are allowed to have your opinion. Right. If you don't like me because I'm black, that's your opinion. That's fine. As long as you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. You know what I'm saying? When do we stop being allowed to be able to think for ourselves? That's the part that I have the problem with. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Nicki Minaj, especially since this whole
I'm a monster. I'm sorry. I love Nicki. I love Nicki.
I don't like her because she dated because of the whole rapist situation of her.
Yeah, like she was
and then her, supporting her brother with the sexual, child molestation and.
I like her music. Let me say that.
Okay.
Her music is decent.
Type thing.
Her music is decent. Her music is
Yeah,
decent.
yeah, it's some stuff. Some stuff I can say, okay, Nick, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes like, girl, you sound like Dr. Seuss. So like it's hit and miss with me with Nikki.
Yeah. Now I will
I
say
like
she is a
the
good artist
mixtape
though.
Nikki. Yeah,
Huh?
mixtape Nikki is
I
who
don't
I
like how
like the most.
she don't really like too many. She's like she always get into it with other female rappers. I don't like that she don't support her female rappers like that. She always feel in competition with them. You
No, she
know,
always
and
feel like
she,
people need to bow down to her like she did something
yeah,
special, baby. You didn't do
yeah,
nothing
Hmm
special, honey.
exactly.
Everything
You didn't
she did
start
was
this.
already done, and she act like
Right.
she
Yeah, I
did
was
You
something
just
didn't
about
start
to
special.
say
this.
that.
This is already been. This been made for you. It was created for you.
It
You
was
didn't
You
start
created
don't
for
pay
you,
this.
homage
and
to people that
that's
came
what I
before
don't like
you.
about her.
Exactly.
That's what I
Yeah.
don't like about her. She want people
Mm-hmm.
to pay homage to her, but she don't pay homage to the people who
Mm-mm.
paved the way
Exactly.
for her.
But
Like, well, you was
but
not the first
Exactly.
female rapper to come out.
and what other female rappers has she put on? Have she put any
Right.
other female rappers on?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
It's
It's
nobody
all
underneath
male
her, right?
rappers.
It's
Nope.
It's
right.
all male rappers.
She's the
Exactly.
only
So
female rapper on Young Money, Cash
Young
Money.
Money. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably like Josh what is it? With Stevie and Jocelyn. Like she don't want no other female. Like I don't
DB.
No,
want
that's it.
I want to be the
No,
only
The
female
Puerto
Stevie.
Rican
No,
princess.
Stevie.
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 Stevie, I want the only female
Stevie.
No,
Stevie.
Stevie.
Marie de May. Stevie.
This is Jocelyn's Cabaret.
I gotta finish watching that.
Do
I
it like
gotta
it's
I'm gonna
my
do that
B
finish
day.
TikTok.
watching.
Do it like it's my B day. Chill. Do it like it's
That
my B day. Do it
I
like it's
love
my B
no not
day.
I love Jocelyn. I love her because she's one tough beat, you know, whatever. I love her. I loved her on Love and Hip Hop. It's weird not seeing her on there.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
her, but I do not. Her music. She's no.
Yeah, her
I
Okay,
music
cannot. She
sucks.
needs to stop.
Her
no.
music
She
sucks.
needs to stop.
Jocelyn
Yes.
is Cardi B is what I thought Jocelyn was going to be.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I honestly did. That's why. So when Cardi B came along, I was like, here we go with this bullshit again. And then she came out, I was like, oh, okay,
Right.
hey, you
And
for
now look
real.
at her.
Okay.
She on baby number
Yeah.
2.
Right. I'm sorry. I love Cardi. I am a Cardi.
I do
fan.
love Cardi.
I like
Me
her
too.
music. I'm a Cardi fan. I can play
I
Cardi
love
at every party.
everything about Cardi B. You hear me? I love the fact. I love how she
That she's
loves.
so
I love
raw
how
and so
she
real
rap.
and transparent. You know what
Oh
I'm saying? She
my
don't hold nothing
God.
back.
Mm-hmm.
She's
And
so
she
dope.
speak.
She's true to
Yeah.
I love
herself.
the
She
fact
has
that
not
this heifer
changed.
go
She
to
has
the
not
store
changed.
in her bonnets and her flip flops. Like I love Cardi B.
Oh, she
Like
wore her bonnets and you okay with that?
yeah,
That was a conversation last week.
yeah. She wore her bonnet to the store. She wore her bonnet to the airport to go.
But
get
she
a
wore her
2,000
bonnet
mile.
outside though. Y'all said she couldn't wear her bonnet outside.
I didn't
I
say
said
that.
not to the airport. I said not to the airport. And she flying private
But
jets,
what's
so
the
that's
difference between
different.
shopping in your bonnet instead of flying in your bonnet?
I don't agree
You
with that
sleeping
either.
on the
She'll
plane.
say
You
she
ain't sleeping in
supported.
the grocery store.
I support.
I said pajamas and bonnets out in public is a
Now
no-no to
pajamas,
me.
no.
That's what I said.
Bonnets maybe. Bonnet depends on the situation. Now, if I just need some milk for my cereal and I need to run out and I ain't finna be putting on no.
Now that's different. But if you going to do a
Yeah.
full-fledged grocery shopping trip,
Yeah.
if you going to get
Right.
all
Huh,
groceries
that's
for
different.
like
Yeah.
next 2 weeks,
Yeah, don't
no. But
walk
if you
around.
just running
And
out
she
to
didn't
grab
go
something,
out.
that's
She
okay.
didn't go out
Yeah.
for a full-fledged trip. She went to go grab something and she had on her
Okay,
little
yeah,
bonnet
see,
and
that's
The baby
everything.
needed
That's
some
fine.
Pampers. The baby needed some Pampers. It was an emergency.
Yeah. So that's
And then
fine.
Cardi's flying on private jet. She got enough money. She got her own private jet. She
Okay.
ain't flying
Y'all ain't
commercial.
finna see me say nothing bad about Cardi, okay?
No,
I
I ain't
love
gonna say
Cardi.
nothing bad about Cardi.
People be like, she should go to
Say,
jail. No.
I can never do that.
No.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I mean, how you even know how to spell that?
I'm finna take up for my friend's face. It be on memes, okay?
Look.
It be on the memes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm gonna take up for my friend, okay?
So. I'm not playing with so
She's so
today.
funny.
We're not doing this.
Okay, we gotta move on to Sha'Carri Richardson and Usain Bolt. So basically, Sha'Carri Richardson took to social media saying basically stop talking about her. Stop talking about her. Usain Bolt basically said that Sha'Carri Richardson should stop trash talking and focus on training. He was saying basically when she kept talking about she's gonna come back and do her thing, and then after she lost that 100-meter race, she was saying like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna be back. I'm beat y'all." He was saying basically stop talking trash, train because you only making the Jamaicans work harder to beat you. He said that Jamaicans don't like people trash talking them because they are so and confident into themselves that they will, practice even harder and make sure that you never win. So you should be training instead of trash talking. And he the one. How many gold medals? Like 8. He's an 8-time Olympic gold medalist. Mm-hmm. Take the advice. I mean, don't tell nobody what not to say and what not to say. But I think that she should focus more on her training instead of like out there. But she one of us. We got mouths.
And it's hard when people steady throwing darts at you to shut up.
True.
My thing is with Usain Bolt, as the man, you should have never addressed her. You should have, if somebody was to address her, it should have been the women of the Jamaican team. And then I also feel like because at one point I think he was supporting her before he made this statement. And if you do support her, why you didn't reach out to her personally? Why you keep coming for her? Why people keep coming for her on social media? That's her whole thing. Like I watched one of her live streams the other day, and in the comments, the people just trolling her. You look high. Is you high now? You so low. Woo, woo. We see your girlfriend in the passenger seat. So what? She's a human being just like the rest of us.
She's giving them what they want from her. Like as long as
she's giving them attention and reaction.
Blah, 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 just show them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let them talk. Yeah, go ahead, train. She might be training. You know what I'm saying? But train and not talk. Let them talk. Your next race, show them. Like, okay, y'all got all this to say about me. I'm gonna smoke a blunt while I'm beating y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, show them that what you're doing. You ain't gotta be, because that's what they want.
I want her to go back to smoking. If smoking is what led her to being qualified for the Olympics, go back and smoke.
Wayne, I wanted him to go back on drugs because he was better at rapping when he was
his music was better. Yeah,
sometimes people just better when they high.
He said he might pick the cup back up.
Rochelle, he said thank you for himself. Research. I ain't gonna spell research. How to spell? Okay.
That is research. He looked it up.
Okay. You went on Google. I don't mind, but Bo addressing her. He stated facts. Stop talking off the field. Let your race do your talking. I agree. I did agree with that. He did the right thing by telling her to shut up and run. She giving people the fuel they used to set her on fire. Can't talk trash, not winning. That's true. I agree, because it's almost like you taking it from somebody who won all these medals. I don't think he was trying to say it like in like a negative and aggressive way. Basically, he's just telling her, hey, stop trash talking. Stop talking trash. All you're doing is fueling, like you said, fueling their fire. You letting the Jamaicans be like, okay, little American. So I guess that kind of started a Jamaican versus American like little rival thingy with her trash talking or whatever. But it wasn't just the Jamaicans on the field running, right? Was she just running against the Jamaicans, or was she running against everybody?
No, it was everybody.
When it comes to track, it's the Jamaicans and the Americans.
The Jamaicans got the first three, the top three spots.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, but she probably was directly directing it to, hey, you Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna, be better. I'm gonna beat everybody. But
even though I mean, yeah, I think it seems like, because I don't really know like her background or whatever. It seems like Sha'Carri has been a person who has had to motivate herself to get to where she is, and she doesn't have the right people in her corner telling her how to manipulate these fame streets, because you didn't know who she was until just recently. Not like that, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So she needs somebody that can help her maneuver through this so she can stay focused on her end goal, because it's easy to get caught up in these people and these traps of people saying whatever it is they say, and it's so easy for others to say just ignore it. But shoot, I get mad when I got everybody laughing at a status and then one motherfucker come and put a like, and I'll be like, how you gonna come and just like my stuff and 50 people done laughed? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, or everybody loving it, you got one person that laugh and be like, what's
right? And you like,
you know what I'm saying? What you laughing
what's that about? And so you can only imagine how she feels.
Message them and say, hey, what's funny? Why you laughing at my post? They be like, oh, I didn't mean to put that. I meant it was an accident. I meant to put the heart. You know, like, so
right.
You can only imagine how she's feeling when she has millions of strangers talking stuff to her on a daily basis.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I kind of feel like you saying
with being out there and putting yourself out there as like a celebrity, almost you respect the trolls. You know what I'm saying? It's like Michelle said. So maybe people wasn't talking to her like, hey, this is what's gonna happen to you, whether you do good or bad, you're gonna get trolls.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna come at you left and right. They waiting on something to happen. They're waiting on something to happen to you so they can come out there and say this. Ignore it. Focus on your end goal. Focus on training. Because when you're trying to train and you got all you're thinking about is what people saying in your head, it's kind of hard to focus on what you're really trying to do. Yeah,
it does.
I
Which is
think she
why
needs to get a
what's her name?
PR
The
rep.
tennis player. What's her name? I can't think of
Osaka.
her name.
Oh yeah.
Osaka. Yeah.
Naomi
How she
Osaka.
dropped out. Like, my mental health is way more important than y'all and whatever it is y'all got going on. But see, for one, she can afford to do that. And for two, it probably took her a lot to get to that mental state where she can choose her over everything else. You know what I'm saying? And I just really, really hope that Sha'Carri gets like that type of support in the background that helps keep her focused. Yeah.
So
that's what I was
gonna
say.
She raced again and lost and pulled out the 200. Next time she came in fourth. So for her to stop the naysayers, she needs to win a race against some competitors.
I think part of the problem is Sha'Carri needs a better PR rep if she does have one. I don't know if she does or if she doesn't, but that would help her out, especially when she goes and talks to the media and she's going and making these statements. I mean, once again, you're free to you have freedom of speech. But when you're in this spotlight, you also have to be careful what you're putting out there, because things like this do come back and bite you in the butt. And especially with Sha'Carri, we already know she's been under a lot of fire because she got disqualified from the Olympics. She lost her mom. She got caught smoking weed. She lost these races. So she just got all these targets on her back at this point. She's the easy target. So people are going to continue to troll her because they know she's going to give them a reaction. They know she's going to give her the attention that she wants. And she's used to running college tracks. These are professionals. She dominated in college track. But now that she's on a whole different platform, you got to pipe it down. So, I mean, I get it. She does need to pipe it down a little bit. But I also feel like you saying, pick up the phone and say, hey, let me help you out. Let me train with you, or let me put you in contact with some trainers to help you out.
How do we know he didn't?
Well, he took it to social media. He should have included that in the post too.
Maybe because she took offense to what he said. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe after he came to her and then she posted that, stop talking about me or whatever, So then he said, hey, pipe down. Like, stop talking trash. You literally are giving people what they want, and you are not winning these races because you're so concerned about what people are saying about you instead of concerned about training. And I can understand his point, like, hey, calm down, sister, train. Don't let anything get to you. We don't even know exactly how he said it to her, but she probably took it to offense because some people can't take that constructive criticism. And they get so offended by everything somebody's trying to say when they're trying to help them out. All he's doing is trying to help you out. So if you taking everything to social media, I'm going to take this to social media too. Maybe this is going to get your attention. Maybe this is going to have you listen to me, and you need to really focus. And like Michelle said, maybe you need to take a mental break. Maybe use this time since the Olympics is over to mentally because you didn't have time to really mourn. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really have time to grieve. You need to grieve.
And grieving is a process. You know what I'm saying? And grieving takes years. You know what I'm saying? There's no time limit on grief. You know what I'm saying? You still
isn't.
My cousin literally passed away. Like, oh my God, when did Joy die? That was like almost 20 years ago, let's just say. And like February comes and I'll be like, because it's her birthday, it's the anniversary of her death. And it's decades later. You know what I'm saying? It's like, get over
my uncle and my son. You can't. It's the same way,
Grief is grief. And
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. But I think too, what it might be too, what a lot of people don't realize is that sometimes you can say something to somebody and you can say whatever it is that you want to say, but you can't, even if you have great intentions, you can't dictate how they're going to receive it.
That's
right. So sometimes the best thing you could do for a person is to just kind of like be quiet and let them do what they do and just pray for them in the background and just try to drop the nuggets and then or maybe see how you can get through to that person if it's that serious to you, if you really want to help that person, and see how you can communicate with them. You know what I'm saying? And how you can get through. That goes back to the whole like love languages. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know. She might be a type of person you can't just outright say to her like, get it together. You might have to,
Right.
literally rub her back and be like, so there's just
You gotta pull away for a second.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just hope and pray that she finds her way and that she doesn't get lost in all of this. You know what I'm saying? I wish she was running in a time where you didn't have like social media and all of that, where you could just focus on herself. Things come, it's in the paper, but it doesn't blow up like this. It's not in her face every day, so
it was yesterday's news.
Right. Just I pray for her protection and her mind state, because I mean she has greatness in her, and I hope somebody helps tap into it and water that greatness for her. So
need a mentor.
Come on, Michelle.
Yeah, she does. Girl. I'm trying, girl.
Well,
I heard Marlon Wayans say that, y'all. Did y'all know him and Jennifer Hudson was together?
Who? Marvin Gaye. Who?
Marlon Wayans and Jennifer Hudson.
What?
Yes.
Where'd you get that from?
They got together on the set of Respect.
Like Marlon Wayans.
Marlon Wayans and Jennifer Hudson are a couple.
I can't even see it.
I couldn't either, but honey, they look happy.
I just can't. It's so different.
But it is different. But you know what? I mean, the way Marlon talks about her.
Hey, black love. That's how we celebrate.
Baby.
I wish them well enough.
Somebody said something. He saw her and he set intentions on making her his woman, and he made moves when they first met. When they was on set, he took care of her. He made sure she had what she needed. He would send her on spa days and all this other stuff when she had a hard day on the set. Like, he's good to her. I never knew he had never been married. So
I didn't either. I thought he was married to his kids.
I thought so too, but nope. He's 47, never been married, and he said he told his mother on her deathbed. He's only
47 for some reason.
He's only 47.
I thought
he said older. He told his mother on her deathbed, I've never been married because I wanted you to always be my number one girl. And so now his mother is gone on. And so now
stuff was mad, like, how I'm not your number one girl.
but yeah, so now his mother's passed on, and so now I guess his heart is open to letting someone in like that. And he got Jennifer, and they look cute together. And I'm so happy.
They're definitely together.
Oh.
I'm so happy for them. And I hope they keep it very private. I hope they go right back in the corner. What happened to Miss J?
I don't know.
That wasn't part of the hot topic, y'all, but I just thought I'd bring that up, y'all. So. Because I was so happy.
Good luck to Marlon Wayans and Jennifer Hudson. I hope their love stays strong, because I'm still loving the whole Common and Tiffany Haddish little love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm loving that love, because even though I used to love Common, I used to get mad every time he dated somebody because I wanted Common to date me. And so I was
that's how I feel about Jeezy.
Serena. I was that you say Yeezy?
Jeezy.
Oh, Jeezy.
He went and married that girl, and then I just found out she was pregnant.
Yeah, and he's like loving her. Like, he's posting them more than she posting them. Like, okay, I took her to the hood. She took me to Hollywood or something like that, and talking about the way she dressing him and the way she was dressing him and stuff. Oh, excuse me. There's Miss J. Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry,
he's
my phone kicked me out.
Her. Like, he's like all his Instagram is mostly about their love, like their whole thing or whatever. So
that's because I didn't make my presence known. He didn't know I was here in Atlanta, but
that's how I felt about Common. I was
mad when Tiffany Haddish.
I was mad when I saw him and Tiffany Haddish. But I'm like, you know what? More power to you, Common. I let you move on. You never got me. Sorry, your loss. So
yeah, I love good love that stays in the background. I like, I like when people like step out and be like, y'all, this mine, and then just go away again.
Yep.
That's what's up.
So speaking of,
I wish them much happiness, because I think Marlon is so cute. I think Jennifer is so beautiful.
Even though I always thought Sean was a cute one, but I always loved Marlon. Like, my crush was Marlon, even though he was like goofy and but as he got older, his looks started to really grow on him and stuff. And so, like, my crush was always Marlon. I always liked the goofy looking ones. Like, I like Joey from Full House, and my sister liked Uncle. What's the cute one? Uncle. Full House, the cute one, Jesse. Yeah, but I like Joey. I always liked the goofy, like I don't know, it's weird. But anyway,
It's
speaking
not
of
weird. You
life,
just like people that make you laugh and make you feel comfortable. That's all.
probably so. Maybe that's what it is.
That's
So
all.
moving on to couples in love, we're going to talk about T.I. and Tiny, who basically their charges, they was facing accusation charges of drugs, sexually assaulting and drugging the lady from in Los Angeles back in like 2006, I believe. So basically, the prosecutors dismissed the case because they said that it was statute of limitations was up. Statute of limitations was up on the case, so they dismissed it because it was like no, it was in 2006, so they couldn't continue on with the case. So they dropped the charges against them, and yeah, pretty much it was yeah. So it was not within the 10-year statute of limitations, so they couldn't move on with the case.
But they
So
are still facing charges with multiple other women that have accusations against them.
yeah.
So that one case has been dropped, but they still have multiple other cases that they are fighting.
What prosecutors in Las Vegas also decided not to pursue allegations against the pair filed by other victims. So, a woman in the city, so this is according to Yahoo News. A woman in the city lies similar accusations against, accusations, Jesus, Sophia, against T.I. and Tiny, saying she was drugged and assaulted after meeting Tiny at the airport and subsequently going to hang out with her and her husband. So, like in Los Angeles, the Las Vegas case was also outside of the statute of limitations, so prosecutors dropped the charges. They have a very good lawyer. And so T.I. recently commented on multiple sexual assault allegations made against him and his wife in an episode of the Big Facts Live podcast. He said, "SHIT, the stuff didn't happen." That's what he said. The stuff did not happen. He said, "To be honest with you, bro, stupid people listen to stupid people. It's simple as that. So you show me one MF or a big fact on the subject, and we can continue the discussion." This stuff started January 29th. Okay, so yeah, so since January 30th, the victims has been accusing them of whatever. So it got dropped in Vegas and in Los Angeles.
And one of the victims was like Tiny's assistant, possibly, I believe she is.
Really?
And she's been requesting them to apologize to her. And a few months ago, T.I. was like, "I'm not apologizing to you for something."
But wasn't she she was the first one, right? She was the first.
She was one of the first ones to come out. Yes.
Everybody else came out after that.
So she said they raped her and she continued to work for them?
They was like, we was
raped her, drugged her, beat her up.
And they said that worked for them?
They said she came out and said that. I forgot what their reasons was why she all of a sudden made this stuff up, quote unquote.
They were trying to say that she wanted to get paid off and they were refusing to pay her hush money.
Yeah.
I'm just still not understanding how they raped you and beat you and you went back to work the next day.
Yeah. Hey, Wiz.
This is what I'm saying, sis. Hi, Wiz.
Hi, Wiz.
I literally just texted the ladies this morning and said we have to bring Wiz on to be our co-host.
Yes, we miss you, Pumpkin.
We miss you.
We miss you. Come back.
We do miss you.
Let us know when you can come. Let us know when you can come be our co-host, Wiz, because we love having you on.
Because Wiz be so accurate, y'all.
Yes,
baby.
And I'm a Christian woman now.
And
I know some of y'all Christians don't believe in this stuff.
Baby, because I need another reading.
I need to come on for another session soon.
Yes, let us know when you're free.
Been doing, and I'm gonna call you later on today. So answer your phone, Wiz, because I need to tell you some stuff.
We need to tell you about your accuracy.
Side note, that's what I'm gonna say. Side note, real quick, y'all. If y'all need somebody to help you out with your life, Wiz is the person to go through because everything that he has predicted for all three of us has come to life.
Come to life. Period.
Literally. And he was like Shell said, his accuracy top notch. Okay, like dates, months. Situations, events, people, things, everything.
Man, come on, like
literally.
And he was only so friend at first, and you still got me.
Exactly. Yeah, he didn't even know me and Shell. Honestly, we didn't tell him nothing about our lives. He knew it all
Look,
and
when
predicted
I
it, and
met
it
him,
happened.
it's because he didn't know nothing about me, and he told me just a general on life about my situation. And I was like, "Oh, this man needs to be in my life because you left him. Thank you, Wiz. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Wiz. Yes.
You know, ain't
Because-
no wrong with telling somebody they gifted, you know.
yes, that's just so true. I wish you would have none, but
I'm using the camera as my mirror, y'all. It's something in my eyeballs. Sorry.
Shells, really.
Shell, I
I love
can't.
y'all. We love you too.
We love you too, Wiz.
Love you
Tell
too,
get out.
Liz.
Tell get out her eye. Tell her
Y'all
what's in
don't
her
see
eye.
that?
Wiz.
You see
us
that
in
little
You
bit
need
of
somebody to
redness on the
blow.
corner?
Look, blow up this way. See
Right.
if you can get it out. Look, come on, Soto. We're going to blow for it.
Did it come out?
I love
Did we
y'all.
get it? Did we get
It's
it?
something. It felt better. It's the tear came out. So usually when the
We
tear
got it. We got it, Miss J. We got it.
Okay. Thank y'all.
Virtual blow.
Teamwork made the dream work.
Hey.
So anyway,
I
so
can't with y'all.
hopefully
We done had too much
T.I. and
coffee this
Tiny,
morning.
they get off. So I don't know how many more cities they had they people been accusing them in, but so far Los Angeles and Las Vegas, they dropped those charges. So I'm sure it's going to probably
I think
make
it was
all
from
the
here in
women.
Atlanta.
Oh yeah. So I'm wondering how that's going to go. So maybe
Yeah.
the other women is probably gonna be like, well, shoot, they, dropping all these charges, sexual limitations. Like, why wait? Y'all waited like 10. Y'all, I know people like they feel a little more confident when they see somebody else, come out. But then some people see it as, ooh, they gonna get some money. I mean, I want some money too, type
True.
situations. When you got all of a sudden you got one person who come out, then now like 30 other people come out and be like, oh, so now you gotta like lessen and say, well, who's really like telling the truth? Or did all these 30 women, I mean, did they even have time to do this with all these women? Like they be on
Right.
tour, they do this, they got their family shows, and so it's just
And honestly, T.I. and Tiny, remember, they was broken up for a while. They wasn't together. Like when this
True.
family hustle, he was living in one house, she was living in another.
Exactly.
So I mean,
And
but
he
these
had another woman
accusations,
too, right? Did he have a girl?
right? He did,
yeah,
and
and
these
he was in jail
accusations
for a
are
lot
from
of time too,
2006.
like back in
So
2006 and stuff like that. Wasn't he like locked up? You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
he was locked up plenty of times. So
yep,
yeah, you
because they
gotta
kept
like
arresting him at the hip hop awards down here in
yeah.
Atlanta.
So you gotta like really consider, the facts, and I don't know. I don't ever want to say nobody telling a story about anything that's those type of situations, but like some people do like just out for gain. Like so we'll see how that turns out. But we're gonna go into this with some NFL players have been making fake vaccination cards. So
Where they at? I need one.
they really cracking down on it now. So
Where is they at? Because I
it's
need
crazy.
one.
So
I thought they had decided that they weren't gonna make it a requirement.
They're allowing employers to do it. So that's their way of making it mandated. There's like giving the employers the option if they want to mandate it or not. So the president won't go against his word. Although he's making a healthcare mandate, he's putting a ultimatum on healthcare, on nursing homes about mandating it, because he's saying like, if y'all employees don't get mandated, we're taking away Medicaid and Medicare from the elderly. What the elderly got to do with your employers getting vaccinated? Now you're going to have them out homeless because some of them don't have families, and now you're going to have them out dying because they can't get healthcare. So that's just dumb. But that's a whole nother
Well, part of the
topic.
reason why the NFL players are doing is because if they do have an outbreak on the team, the NFL says that they will make them forfeit their games. So that would count against their records, potentially them getting to the Super Bowl, and so on and so forth. So they're doing that so that they can continue playing, which I ain't mad at them about. However, we want y'all to be safe. So
exactly,
it's a tough situation right now.
Yeah, so according to Yahoo Sports, yeah, so they said some of the NFL's high vaccination rate possibly isn't real. So basically they're saying that the agents have asked them to help get, so via Kaylin Kaffler of Defactor.com, 2 NFL agents said that the players have asked them to help get fake vaccination cards. And so they don't want to get the shot, and I don't feel like they should be forced.
That's what I was just about to say. Yep.
I think that, okay, I can agree with the weekly, or COVID test, just to make sure you're negative. But even though those rapid tests can bring a false negative, so maybe get a weekly PCR test or something like that. I don't think you should force people to put something in their body that they're uncomfortable with. I think that say we need COVID testing. We need to make sure y'all COVID free. And then it's no problem. People would do that. Have a COVID site. You can have a COVID testing site right there in your thing. So, and then have them go in and get tested. Don't force them to put this stuff in their body. But what if some people get the shot, now they down for a while because they've affected by the shot. Now they can't play because they sick from the shot, because the shot can affect people in different ways. I'm fine, but that don't mean the next person is going to be fine. Right. So it should not. I don't blame them for saying that. So basically, it says it says good luck proving that the vaccination cards are fake.
I was just gonna say, how they gonna prove it's fake? What they gonna do? Draw blood or something to see if vaccines in them or something?
It says the league has delegated responsibility for spotting fakes to the teams. What incentives do the teams have in getting their own guys in trouble? Besides giving the fairly basic qualities and contents of vaccination card, how would anyone even know that it wasn't real? So it said if someone wants to buy a fake vaccination card from local Creed Bretton, nothing stops them from doing it. In a league, the local Creed Bretton, they just told the name of the person. In a league with 69 players on 32 teams, it would be stupid to think it hasn't happened. Yeah, but ain't nobody gonna tell. The coach is not gonna tell that they players got fake cards. Like, that's what they saying. Like, ain't nobody gonna tell on their team that the team has, because it's gonna make them have people suspended or fired or whatever. They're not gonna tell on their people because they need them for the games. So
they need that record, exactly.
Prove it. What you gonna do? Collect everybody card and put it up in the air like you can see a dead president on a $sign? Like, how you gonna tell?
You so silly.
As long as you got that CDC, long as you got that CDC logo on that card, you can't prove that it's fake or not. Unless you're gonna call them and say, hey, and then that's violating their HIPAA. You can't call.
Well, what I will say, our Atlanta Falcons are fully vaccinated, but they ain't winning no games stuff. But I mean, they're fully vaccinated, so any team that plays against them, they'll be okay. But our Falcons, we gotta get a better.
Vaccinated though, or
the whole team is 100. No, the whole team is 100% vaccinated, and they got that done before the season even started.
Oh wow!
We still not winning no games, but I know for sure. It's for sure. Look. They're not a part of that whole little debacle that they have going on in the NFL. We're not a part of that. We might not be a winning team, but we are fully vaccinated.
They ain't winning no games, but hey,
they're fully vaccinated.
Okay, so it don't even matter if y'all vaccinated or not.
Look, Arthur said y'all gonna come and play us. We're not gonna forfeit no games. Arthur Blank said he gonna his games played. Okay. Maybe that'll help us with our record. If somebody's team does have a breakout that we're supposed to play against, maybe that'll help. If they got to forfeit the game, that'll help us on our, increase our record.
Probably not.
Because right now we own 2.
Probably not, Miss J. Wow. Sorry.
But I'm still a Bears fan at heart, though. I always will bleed orange and blue, period.
Yes. They can't do nothing else but bleed orange and blue.
I don't do football. I am a very girly, I am a typical, stereotypical girl. I am the one at the party talking about, why they doing that with the ball?
Okay. That's why he doing slam dunk with a white shell. It's a touchdown.
We was watching the Bears a game. My sister's like, oh, home run. We like, no, it's touchdown, girl. Like,
right.
See, I just said
kickback. They be like, he finna do a kickback or something. They be like, no.
Kickback. That's a party, right?
It's a field goal.
Right. But he kicked it back to the goal.
Kick it back to the goal.
It's a field goal. It's a field goal, sis.
Okay,
we're gonna have to get your sister together. Look.
You belong where these people were in Cleveland. You belong in the tailgate party.
Ooh,
Yes.
So, only it's been basically 2 weeks since the NFL season started, and this is the second fight at a game. So basically, the Cleveland Browns fans they got like a huge fight while they was tailgating on the Sunday's game, and so it was like a massive fight. First, it was like just two guys fighting. I wish you all can go on Twitter and see the fight. It was funny at first. It was like two guys fight. I think they were like drunk or something maybe. They were like swinging so weird. Like one of he kept missing, and then one of them got him on the ground.
One they done folded up.
Yeah, they done folded over. It was a funny fight in the beginning. And so then, like, it was this bigger black guy and another white guy that came to try to break the fight up. And so the one guy who couldn't fight kept trying to come back at the guy who basically beat him up, I guess. And so he was trying to fight the big black guy. So I don't know if those were his sons that was like coming, like, hey, you know, whatever. Dude, he pushed the guy, and so then the sons, whoever the guys was that was with this guy, they started coming trying to fight him. So the sons got in a fight, and it was like he was beating up the one guy, and then two other white guys jumped on the black guy, and they started fighting. But he got one. He was beating up one of them.
Oh yeah, he was beating him. The whole family got to pull him up.
So you can hear somebody screaming like "Stop!" You know. So
it was somebody's birthday. They had balloons. Knocked the whole table over. Food. I would have been mad because like, y'all just spent all this money to be out here.
Right. It's like it was a big fight in that parking lot. I don't know what led to the fight, but it started funny and then it got to being where it was wow, you didn't expect it to be that big. I just thought it was gonna be that little fight, and then they broke it up, and then that was it. But no, it became a whole nother type of fight. Like, everybody just started fighting.
Yeah. Have y'all ever tailgated before?
Because I'm gonna see this fight.
I sent the link. I sent it. Let's click on that link. It was on Twitter.
And I'm gonna try to put it
and then scroll down.
I'm gonna try to put the fight on our Facebook, on our Monday Morning Talks Facebook page if I can upload it on there so that everybody else can see it too. But yeah, it was pretty funny at first. But
my thing is if you can't fight sober, don't be fighting drunk.
Right.
Yeah. Don't fight like it was like
They'll never get to see the good stuff.
That's when you're supposed to fight. If you can't fight sober, you can only fight when you drunk. So you ain't gonna know your tail whooped. Okay.
Yeah, when you see this fight, you can tell this man does not know how to fight sober, so he should not have been fighting drunk. And he probably was talking stuff. And then he went back and reignited a whole nother fight with these big black men who he had no business trying to fight them. If you couldn't fight the little scrawny white guy, why would you go after the big black guys?
Right. And then kept missing. He kept trying to punch dude. And
that's what I'm saying. He was punching
trying to wrestle him down.
Like, dude. And dude balled him up.
Right.
But that's the thing, like, even towards the end of the fight, you could tell it was somebody's birthday because they had balloons set up on the table, had a whole little spread. They did not, the whole table with all the food, the balloons, and like, it was a mess. It was a mess.
And I never could catch them. I can never catch those fights, and I get mad.
I will say this, though, tailgating is fun. I think it's sometimes better than the actual game. If y'all have never tailgated, go tailgating in Atlanta. Atlanta Falcons tailgate.
Well, I guess
they look like they be out there kicking. I got a buddy that live across the street from the stadium, and they be out there like.
Yes, they have all. But you know what?
Falcon stands, right? Because you might as well tailgate.
The tailgate is better than the actual game. You are absolutely correct about that. However, the one thing that I have noticed, because I was just down there a couple weeks ago, they are gentrifying that whole area. And a lot of the parking lots that used to be vacant where they tailgate, they are now building condos and everything else. I was like, dang, they haters down here. Like, how are we supposed to tailgate? So I don't know if they're going to start maybe blocking off the streets, possibly, and letting people tailgate in the street. I don't know. But
let me tell you something about Atlanta. Let me tell y'all this. This is a side note. This ain't got nothing to do with the tailgate. But you know, this gentrification thing. Now I'm all for unity, y'all. But I ain't never seen this many unscary WPs in my life. Okay. just
White people
they everywhere,
are
and they want to talk about they like
girl.
roaches. They taking over all our little spaces. Atlanta ain't that
So they
big,
trying to break down Black Wall Street again.
baby. Ain't no
They already
trying.
have.
They is
They
there.
already
They
have.
coming in and building new parks and pushing the Negroes out.
So,
Like, what is
so
y'all?
they
What
trying.
is
But
y'all
see, the
doing?
thing is, don't let them. They need to stop letting them push them. They need to stand up just as much. Like you're not gonna push me out for
Black
something
people
I
are
built.
selling their houses or have
No,
vacated their
I would
homes and their
never. I
houses
would
been
never.
bought
You're
up.
gonna have to. No,
But I'm
please.
but
See
what
what
I'm
it is,
saying, but that's what I'm saying, that they don't know no better. So it's really
right?
no
They
choice.
don't
You
know
don't
no
have no
better,
option.
and these
They're
people have
being
the
offered
Not if the
knowledge.
old people they pushing
$150,000.
out.
You
Yes,
get
or the
somebody who
families
come
want the
from
houses.
California, who used to making a whole lot of money. You come out here to Atlanta, this ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? As far as the prices, even though for us this is still a lot. But if you come from somewhere where rent and all of this stuff was twice the price, this ain't nothing. So
This
you
is
come
nothing.
in, you get it, you buy it up, you fix it up, and you do whatever, and you going on about your business. These mofos is walking poodles on the West End. Y'all don't.
I was just about to say, I was at a park in the West End and there was a splash pad and we're all sitting around, kids is running through it, 3 or 4 little Johnnies and Sarahs come walking up, and I'm like, and everybody started dispersing because they're like making us uncomfortable. It's like the white people coming and taking over Maywood. That's what it's like right now.
Why? Why would they disperse? This is where I'm at.
Because
I'm
they
not.
uncomfortable.
It's a
They're
part.
not
It's
used
a
to seeing
I'm
white people
never
like
gonna be
that.
uncomfortable by no people. Like seriously, you're not gonna walk in my neighborhood and make me feel uncomfortable. And I've been here all my life. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable
But
to where you don't want to leave. You want to leave. So just start spray painting the buildings again, and like
no.
bring little Duke and all
that ain't
them
gonna
over
work,
there.
sis.
No, the Duke now don't need to
It's
spray
not that.
paint the buildings. What it is we need to learn how to take care of our own neighborhoods, and then people ain't gonna come in and infiltrate our neighborhoods and take them over and
Exactly.
show us what we need to
Okay.
be doing within our own
Well,
community.
apparently they not doing that. They're letting them take over. That you're making me feel
Because
They
those
can't
people
my
ain't
afford
there.
neighborhood.
to. They don't have the
They
money.
don't
You
have
need to
any
be
type
feeling
of
uncomfortable. You need to be feeling uncomfortable in my neighborhood. You should not be able to feel comfortable in my neighborhood where you walking past me and I'm getting up again, like getting from the front of the bus to the back of the bus. That's not gonna happen no more. Why are we letting that happen again? I'm not gonna walk away from my
we don't have
neighborhood.
knowledge. We
We
don't
don't
have
have
the knowledge
knowledge,
that they have.
resources, finances.
We
We don't
got
have all of
resources, and
that.
now they
So
just need to know how to get it.
not
Point.
here in Atlanta, Sophia. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well,
Not in
how we
Atlanta.
were
They
able
don't
to
have
open
that.
up all these businesses in Atlanta, but we have no resources on how to
But
keep
see,
them.
here's the
We had
thing.
no other choice then.
And then one thing I
It
learned
was
too when I first
segregation.
moved out here, to Atlanta, and somebody pointed it out to me, and it was like, you know, the people that's out here, the go-getters, the hustlers, the people that's making things happen, they didn't grow up in Atlanta.
No.
Most of those people didn't grow
This
up
is
in
true.
Atlanta. You got people who came from other places and came down here that's making it happen. Because out here they don't know. You got these, you know, I ain't trying to talk about nobody in it because I love the people I've met out here, but I mean you got country folks out here who don't know nothing but how to live life. You know what I'm saying? You got people that have been literally in these houses for their whole lives, and not even their life before that life. You know what I'm saying? They've been on the West End since
For generations.
before, for generations, and these houses and things have been in their families for generations. It's historic. All they know is what they know, and they don't know anything else. And you got people coming in and just taking over, and it's like, what? It's a park over there that used to be full of black folks every weekend,
Crackheads.
kicking it, just doing whatever they do. Cause you know how black folks do. We do what we do. Now all of a sudden, you got a couple of sprinkles of salt in the mix, and now all you see is police out there standing out there parading. So you ain't care about our safety when it was just us, when it was just pepper in the
Exactly.
seasoning. But now you
Right.
added a little salt. Now y'all want to care about the safety of the
It's a
neighborhood.
whole nother flavor. Right.
That
And
stuff
see, the
makes me
thing is
mad.
too, that new Mercedes-Benz stadium that they built for the Falcons is literally 2 blocks away from the AUC, which is Spelman, Clark, and Morehouse, which is the West End, which Michelle is talking about right now. However, Arthur Blanks has taken it upon himself to gentrify this whole area. He's saying he's making it better for our people, but as you can see, it's slowly starting to become more of them and less of us because it's not affordable. When they start taking these houses and they're building new houses and they're flipping them, the price or the increase in property goes up. So it makes it unaffordable for us. Our people cannot afford to live in these areas anymore. Then in
Yeah.
addition to that, I don't know if y'all ever paid attention, a lot of the streets are one ways here in Atlanta. Found
Mhm.
out that was because of segregation. Back in the day, they wanted to keep us segregated away from them, and they wanted to stay segregated away from us. If you cross over the railroad tracks, you might find trouble on the other side. So it's a lot that is changing. I'm
Well,
happy
I'm
to
glad I
see
didn't
change and
move to
progress in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. I mean, no, it's
But
not to
y'all
deter
like,
anybody from moving here.
talk
No,
too much.
and that's not what
Like,
we're saying. That's
It's
not what
still a
we're saying
beautiful
at all. We're just
place.
saying it's
it is
absolutely,
beautiful
and
to
I like
visit.
to see that it's progressing. I love to see it progressing. It's concerning because what we know as old Atlanta, what I've literally seen Atlanta change within the last 8 years in front of my eyes. Literally, like I used to work in the hood in Midtown. Midtown is downtown. It's like downtown Chicago. I used to work in the hood 2 blocks away from the Boulevard. Boulevard was full of drug addicts. You'll find needles, all kinds of stuff up and down that street. Now it's $500,000 condos over there. Okay. Black people who is on Section 8 is being pushed out. White people are moving into that area, taking over, building $500,000 homes. Got gates, wrought iron gates around the house. Like everything is changing, and it's sad to see our people losing out, like you said, Shell, on houses that they've had for generations, and a lot of them don't
Yeah.
realize the value of those homes.
Yeah.
Now that you're sold them for 200,000, somebody done flipped it and sold it for 400 or 500,000.
Yeah.
So they didn't see the $200 or $300 or $300,000 profit off of that. So
So they
it's
sell their
messed
house. Where they
up,
moving
but
into? They
And
moving
these
out of the
historic
state?
homes out
to the
here are
suburbs,
huge.
to the
Huge.
suburbs,
Yeah. And
because
then
they
and then
can't
not even
afford
just
to live in the
and
city
then
no
like
more.
the south suburb, like they trying to push us out to the country.
Yes,
They trying to take us out of
yes,
Atlanta and put us in Georgia. Okay.
yes.
They trying
Literally,
to put us in
literally.
Georgia.
Like they trying to do,
It's
like they
not
try to do
very
in
many of
Hyde
us left.
Park and all those areas out here in the city, pushing all the
Exactly. There you
certain kind
go.
of projects and
That's
everything, making
exactly
that
what they're doing.
And
Bay
then and
areas
then
and
and then the WPs that's out in Georgia don't want us out there either, because we gonna
And that's
be
the problem too. Because
they
we
done
invading
had
their
they
space.
land and they farms and they don't want us out there either.
we know how
Yep.
to
And I
talk
wouldn't
crap.
either.
So,
If I'm used to peace, I wouldn't want a congregation of 1 million people to move in my area when I'm used to having space, and these
I
mofos used to
mean,
having twerk competitions in the middle of the night.
we not blind eyed to growing, opening, having a farm, managing a farm. It's a lot of black farmers and cowboys and things like that out in the South.
I know,
oh,
Like,
they
and
be
I'm
on Old National on their horses. On Old National. Baby, I swear to you, right here, guy, it's a group of black cowboys and a cowgirl. They get on their horses. They be at the gas station, the grocery store. They
yeah.
tie the horses up to
What
the
they do?
light
What they do
pole.
at the gas
Like
station? They be
it's
putting
serious.
fuel in their horse. No, they do at the gas station.
The people just be all congregating up there so people can look at the horses.
they just might
And
need
you
a
know
snap
what?
girl.
I didn't realize Old National is where they used to have Freaknik. And people used to always call it Old Nasty. And I was like, why y'all call it that? So one of my friends who's from here, she told me, this is where we used to have Freaknik. I said, God, dog, that's why it's called Old Nasty.
That makes
That's
sense.
one area I have not seen gentrified. And I kind of hope they don't. I got a soft spot in my heart for the hood. I like the hood. I like being around our people. I don't like living in the hood, but I'll go and support our businesses and stuff over there. But yeah, Old
I
National,
just wish
that's the
the
little
hood was like I
tribute
wish
for
the
today.
hood was like bougie but hood at the same time. Like just,
Tell me a
Yeah.
nice
Well,
community
that's how it
majority of
is out
blacks
by
in which white
me.
people have moved into. They are moving to places in which we do not want to live.
tell me of a nice
Tell me a
community
nice
majority of
community.
black
Well, we both have to read that word.
people have moved into. I tell you
Atlanta.
what,
They are moved into. They are moving into places in which we don't want to live. So basically,
I
it's
don't
saying
know
like
about that.
they're moving into our hood. They're moving into the hoods that we don't want to move and raise our kids in. White people are moving in there and taking over and building it better. Is that what you're trying to say? But the nice areas that we live in, they're not moving into. They're moving into the rough areas. If that's what he's trying to say, like they're moving into our rough areas, areas that we don't want to live in as black people because it's tore
It's not.
down.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that we don't want to live in the hood. I just think that some of us,
Yeah.
like we were just saying, some of these houses in these historic areas that are now being gentrified are becoming unaffordable. Our families, like some people, for example, my family owned multiple houses in Evanston, but they sold many of those houses and we're only down to two of them. And I've been trying to convince my mom and aunts to keep these houses because they're a hot commodity. And I
Mhm.
think down here in Atlanta, part of the problem is a lot of these people don't have the financial resources to
Right.
maintain these homes. So to get a quick $100,000, $250,000, they're selling these houses because this is probably the biggest lump sum they've ever seen in their lives.
Mhm.
However, if they invest some money and flip that house or put whatever work needs to be done into it, they can make probably double or triple that.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think we're saying that we don't want to live in these communities. It's just that we can't afford to live in them anymore. Atlanta, that's one of the issues now, with them getting ready to have their mayoral race. That one of the issues is that there is a lack of affordable housing. Atlanta's, I think minimum wage was like $10, or I don't even think, I think it was $7.25 or
Mhm.
$8.25. Who can
It's
survive on this?
$7.
Okay, so
But then
see,
minimum wage
that's
go
what I'm
up
saying.
everywhere to $15.
Not
Not
here in
out in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Not in Atlanta.
Really?
No, ma'am.
Not to
You
my
still got
knowledge.
people paying. I seen a sign the other day. They like make up to $9.75. I'm like,
But even with COVID, with all these jobs, because people are not getting jobs, but people are just going back to work because they're stopping all this unemployment and stuff. But you had jobs like Target and like random place that was
Can
paying
y'all
like
see that?
$9.50, where
yeah,
7.25.
7.25 an
Wow.
hour.
Well, they're paying like $15, $16 an hour out
yeah. I
here.
did hear the Target is paying like $15 an hour. But then you think about it. You think about a lot of these places, like a lot of Targets and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that a lot of these stores are hiring part time.
Yep. And for
And
holiday
if you're
seasonal
in
employees.
right, you're hiring part time.
Well, I think
And if
now
you're
because they needed help because everybody was quitting their jobs because they was getting all this free money. So a lot of places like
yeah,
they were hiring like full time, but now that people's going back to work, they probably will drop it to part time. They're going to drop
yeah.
the starting pay back down like 13 or something like that. But I think
But even if
I
you
think
keep the
minimum wage
starting pay
here,
higher,
I think minimum
you
wage here is 15. I believe that they went up to 15 here, the minimum
but
wage,
think
because I know
But
but
the
that's
but
cost
look
of
at
living still
Chicago.
going up.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
but
the cost of living always going to
Chicago has
go up.
already been determined as a place where the cost of living is high. They still act like the
Oh
cost of
yeah,
living in Atlanta is cheap, and it's not.
right. Well,
It's
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 not.
no
not.
more
It's
because I was
16
looking
to
at places in
eighteen
Atlanta
hundred
and
dollars
they're
for a
not. They
two
weren't that
bedroom.
cheap. Some places in Atlanta is
It's
almost like the cost of here.
Yes. At
girl.
more so, and then even more, and then even in Marietta, and that's like a issue and a problem that they having out here because they steady building, just like they doing in Atlanta. Every corner that they can find, they're building new houses or they're building new apartments or in townhouses, and all of these houses and stuff are only starting at 350. What only?
Only.
Who is these people y'all know that can afford these $500,000 homes that y'all keep building? And y'all building 40, 50, half a million, I mean townhouses that's $325,000. It's like who can afford this? And so now you're building these homes, you're raising property taxes, you're raising the rental prices, and then you have people who are shoved out of good neighborhoods into the bad neighborhoods that the other people are now taking over, and they're gonna shove you out the bad neighborhoods. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a constant cycle with
it
it.
is
Yeah,
a
it's
constant
sad.
cycle. And then, like some of
So,
my friends said yesterday, she was like, I didn't even realize it. She was like, you need poor people in order for rich people to stay rich. You
Yeah.
have to have poor people. So it's like you're keeping poor. Do you know how many people are going to go into debt buying these big old ignorant homes? And then I just feel like it's all going to come crashing down. And then you're going to be
mm-hmm.
somebody going to buy that same $400,000-$500,000 house for $250,000.
Right.
And then the person
Because you
next door going to be
foreclosed
looking
on it.
crazy.
Right.
Like,
I mean, Mark, I get what you're saying.
What did
What
Mark
we're
say? I
saying
didn't
is,
get it.
he said
They were
they were
affordable when we were
affordable when we were moving out. Oh, go ahead, so I'm sorry.
the court school system. Who do you know that said 10 years ago, I want to move into the Bluff, or I'm moving into Vine City? Not now that gentrification is happening, but 10 to 15 years ago. Mark lives in Atlanta.
mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm like, what's the Bluff in Vine City?
The
I
hood.
know
That's
Vine.
the
I know
hood
Vine
down
The
the
Street.
hood.
street
I know Vine Street
from
and Harvey.
Down the street
And
from downtown.
It's down the street
And
from
that's why
where
they
the
taking it over.
Georgia Dome used to be. My city is the train station you get off
so
at
yeah,
across the
so
street
okay,
from
I get what
the
Mark's
train
saying. Like,
Mercedes-Benz
station.
Stadium. Yep.
born and raised here. I get what he's saying. Basically, like these, like Harvey or Robbins and things like that. Like, I wouldn't move back there because of Harvey, especially so torn down, and it don't look like it's going to be built back up. And the school systems are poor. They even shut down a school that my kids. I think my kids went to like kindergarten in or
Who
whatever.
was What
So yeah,
school?
so
Who they shut down?
they closed down Longfellow. Yep,
Wow.
it's gone.
I
And
think
so
didn't some Atlanta schools get closed, Shell? I feel like they did in the last couple of years after they
I
had
can
that whole testing scandal with the standardized test. I believe,
I
if I'm not
can't remember,
mistaken,
but I
Mark,
can give
correct
you
me if I'm wrong.
I
yeah, but
can
I
give
get what
But
he's
I
saying. Like, so the areas we don't want to move into, basically, he's saying that's where the white people are moving into, and they're rebuilding it and making it their
right,
area. So
no they yeah.
So that's
They
kind of
just
like what
know
they
they
did
know
in the
prime
city with the
location.
projects. They tore down the projects. They started building all these. They was making those 2 and 3 flats houses. Like one of my friends, he bought one of those 3 flats and made it his home. Like it's not even apartments no more. They tore those down, made those houses for people to buy. Tore down the projects to make houses because we didn't want to live there. So they like, okay, well, let's push them all out and let's make it our. Now let's make it our city. Let's make it our community or whatever. So I can get that. So like you said, Miss J, how about saving up to reinvest in our own property and build, you know what I'm saying, get wealth off our own
But
property.
we
So
don't come back. We don't teach we don't teach
to
us
reinvest.
to
Mm-hmm.
come back to us.
and
Yeah.
we
To
don't
teach
teach us
us.
We teach us to move
generational
away from
wealth and
us.
how to maintain it.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? We get what we get and we go over there where they at.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
don't
we
come
say,
back.
oh, because they got the better school systems, they got the quieter neighborhoods, they got the cleaner neighborhoods. Oh, everybody yard look good. Everybody's taking care of their yards. I want to live in that area. But we can. But it's an area in Glenwood, black middle class black area, real nice area, beautiful homes, good schools system. When I was looking for a house, I was over there and a couple was selling their house. It was a really nice updated house. This area is so nice, so clean. Everybody's yard was kept up, middle class, black neighborhood. We do have some neighborhoods that we keep up that's ours, but we need
True.
more. We need to be moving in, like I said, and making them feel uncomfortable to where they leave, to where we're buying these properties, to where we're, building these communities up for us. Like you said, we had that knowledge. But remember, they have these little papers that they said that they signed on their deeds or whatever that black people can't buy certain houses in certain areas from back when. So certain houses can't even be sold to us still because it's been written that they cannot sell this house to a black
That's
person.
that redlining. Yep.
Exactly.
That's what happened in Evanston. My great grandmother told my mother that her mom saw a house on the south end of Evanston, but it was redlined for black people to only live in the west end of Evanston. So she found a plot of land where she wanted to live on the west end of Evanston, found her house on the south end of Evanston, had to place the house on a truck, on a
Uh,
flatbed truck to move it to that piece of land that she found on the west end. And this is redlining has been going on everywhere in
Oh
America.
yeah.
It's not just,
Oh yeah.
one specific
It's not
area.
just
It's
the south,
everywhere
it's the north
because
too. Yeah.
exactly, because they wanted us to live like the west end of Evanston is closer to the canal where all the waste from when we flush our toilets goes to. White people didn't want to live there. They wanted to live closer to the lakefront, which is on the south end of Evanston. The bigger houses, you have more land. On the west end of Evanston, if you ever drive through, you'll notice that the houses are literally one on top of the other. You could tell some houses were placed there that were not really built there just so that they could fit, because that's where black people will force live. So unfortunately, I mean, that's the case in a lot of areas and cities across America. And
Mm-hmm.
like you said, so a lot of people are still dealing with it. I don't know if you guys ever heard the story. It was in the last couple of months. A black couple were trying to sell their home. People came through. I think when the appraiser came through, she gave them a price for the house. But when they took all the like black artifacts, their own family pictures down, they replaced it with white people. She increased the property value the second time around by like $200,000 or $300,000.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that continue to happen. And these are the discussions that we got to continue having with
Yeah.
each other, because and bringing stuff like this to the forefront.
yes.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's
Yes.
crazy. We totally got off subject, but I'm
I was
glad we
just thinking
got
it
on
too. We
that
got
subject
completely off the hot
because
topic.
All right, we sure did. How did we even get on this subject?
Michelle, y'all, we were talking tailgating at the Cleveland Browns game. Y'all talking
Oh
Yeah, we
yeah, we
started
was
tailgating.
talking
talking
about
about
tailgating. We
tailgating.
You
started
got
talking about how
Wow,
the
we
West
went
Virginia
all the
take
way
over
left
our
with it. We was talking
tailgate.
about tailgating at Cleveland.
Oh, it became a whole. I forgot we had done. I thought this was a topic. We didn't get to talk because I want to come into something that was so important, So important. I have to say that the Bears won.
Bear
The
down,
Bears
baby.
won Sunday, 20-17. Bear down. Okay, so when we put Justin Fields in the court on the field, Justin Fields is on the field after Andy
Go
Dalton went
Justin
down.
Fields. Go
After
Justin
All
Andy
right,
Dalton
Fields.
went down,
Justin.
we brought in Justin Fields, and we won. Michelle don't know what I'm talking about, but it is
She don't know
cool.
who or what. He's the first black quarterback for the Bears, and he just got
Okay,
So
drafted.
yay,
they basically trying to
Justin.
say,
That part.
yeah, what?
And if
The
anybody wants to be
quarterback is
nice, you can
important,
buy
right?
me a
The
Justin
quarter.
Fields fitted women's jersey.
You
Thank
know what? When I was at the Sox game, this guy had the T-shirt, and I wish I would have bought it. It said something about it was so clever. I forgot what it said, but it had Fields in it. I forgot what it said, but it was so clever. I should have bought the
But
T-shirt. I looked at it, was like, oh, that's a nice T-shirt. You know, I was a little tipsy, so I was like, oh, that's a nice T-shirt. And then I kept going, but then when I left, I was like, oh, I meant to buy it. Like that's just nice, but I never stopped to buy the T-shirt. Like,
no, you were supposed
so
to
I gotta try to
remember it
find
so
it.
Miss J can bite it and you can buy it from her. There you go.
that part. You took
I
a picture of
know,
it.
but I forgot what it said. I was trying to get it in my head exactly. It was so clever. And so when I think about Miss J, I'm gonna have you make it for me because I gotta get it. It was real clever.
And
But
shout out to my
anyway,
best friend
so
Keisha. She just started working for the Bears. Shout out Keisha. I need
Hey,
some
hey,
go
tickets,
ahead,
sis.
give me
Keisha.
a jersey.
Keisha.
Right. Look, do you get a discount on paraphernalia? Because if you do, I need a jersey, sis. Let
And
me
a
know.
hat.
And a
So
hat, okay?
basically,
Y'all, we gonna put in our order with Keisha.
the
Just offering
I
out her
put in an
discount.
order
so
My
Andy
for
bad.
Dalton
waist
got injured.
bead
So
brace. I mean,
so
where my waist beads at, Miss J?
I got
Probably
you.
the same
I'll bring
place
them
where
tomorrow.
Sophia Body
I
Butter
got you
we
is.
tomorrow.
we don't
Look,
we ain't worried about no weight. We talking about the Bears
don't
winning,
call me
right?
out like that, Cheryl.
I know.
I'm bring them to
So
mom.
Andy
Bring them to
Dalton got
mom.
injured, right? So,
I
so
got you.
he got injured when they was playing against the Bengals, and so they replaced him,
Who,
of course, with
Justin?
Justin Fields.
Okay.
They're trying to say that they don't know when he's going to return. I honestly just think they don't want him to return. So we might have
We got Justin, possibly. Yay!
Justin. So
Yay!
basically, the Bears coach, of course, Nagy, which he needs to be fired. Be fired. Said that after that he didn't believe Dalton had a torn anterior um, ligament, which they found they had ruled him out for the rest of the season. His knee felt more sore, and he stood on the sideline in the second half. So after their defense landed 4 straight takeaways, the Bears gave up a 42-yard touchdown pass to the receiver. Okay, blah 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 blah. And so basically, they try now. They're gonna try to talk about what Fields threw an interception, whatever. But anyway, he brought it back, and they won 20-17. And so hopefully we'll have him for the rest of the season. I hope full recovery for Andy Dalton. I really really do. But
What's his name?
we got Justin Fields. Prayer. Oh,
You breaking up?
hello.
Yeah, I hear you
Did I
now.
lose? Oh, okay. I'm like, did I lose everybody?
You was like,
Okay.
"Er,
So hopefully
er."
Andy Dalton get a full recovery. He get a full recovery. We're praying for that. But we got Justin Fields for the entire season, and so that's great. I'm loving that. So we're gonna see. I'm praying that he can hold up his game the entire season and get us to the Super Bowl. I screamed it out on my podcast last year. Bears 2022 for the championship.
You did say that, friend. You did say that. I remember
Yeah.
you saying that.
Yeah, and so I mean, you know, I usually speak well. I'm usually good at picking the winners. So we'll see about this. Miss J must be on the call. So I know, like we took the whole show into hot topics, and we didn't get into mental health this episode. But next week we are going to get into mental health in the Black community. We're going to shorten our hot topics because I do want to focus on that. It's a lot to talk about with that. So we're definitely next week going to get into mental health. Maybe we'll have we're gonna hopefully have Wiz on the show with us. Wiz, if you're still there, we would love to have you on next week. Let's get into the topics of
Yes,
mental health in the
Wiz.
Black community.
And then maybe we can show. I should record it tomorrow when I go to perform. I have a piece and it touches on mental health a little bit, so maybe we can show that.
Maybe you can just say it live.
So maybe we can
She
show
put you on the spot. She just put you on the spot, Shell.
But let's put So on the spot. She can't even remember to go to karaoke.
I'll write something. I'll write something about mental health tonight. I ain't got nothing else to do in my life right now. And I will write a piece about mental health. And
if I'm executing my performance, I might want to show it.
Okay, well, you can show yours, and then I'll read mine live.
Okay. It doesn't matter either way. But yeah,
I'll record it for you, so.
Okay.
Since I'll be there tomorrow in person.
Yeah, keep throwing it in my face. Anyway.
This gonna be me and Cheryl's first time meeting in person.
You gonna keep rolling
the
fact that we had mimosas?
Yes.
I was there. Neither you weren't there, and you weren't available when I was in Atlanta.
Yeah, because I was in Chicago when you was here.
Well,
I wasn't even here.
Atlanta. You knew I was coming.
What did I go home for that weekend? I can't remember.
First of all, Sophia came out here complaining, talking about how she didn't see nobody. But let me tell you something.
Pew.
Sophia I know, right? Like 80 million plans. So she can't sit up here and act like she was out here twiddling her thumbs, waiting for somebody to come pick her up.
I was twiddling my thumbs for Michelle to be at my.
Soso got tattoos, her nose pierced.
Hold on.
Michelle
First of all,
I
had an adjustment of 13 minutes. A 30-minute adjustment threw off a whole day, so you ain't got no time. If you can't go off for 30, if 30 minutes messes up your whole schedule, you ain't got no time. But it's all good because you only had limited time.
I had an
itinerary.
Anyway. I had to stick.
You did.
Right?
I ain't mad at you because you had a whole lot to do with a little bit of time.
I scheduled you. I penciled you in. Okay.
See, she penciled me in. So that means I was erasable.
Look, was you really penciled in, Shell?
Right. She was. I had her swag bag and everything ready for her. She was penciled. I need your address too so I can mail it. It's packaged up and everything. I don't need how your address. I can't even mail it. But I penciled her in. I called and said, what time are you getting here? Oh, friend, I overslept. Oh, maybe we can do it at this time. Well, I can't no more because I adjusted your time to where it would fit in, to where I would be able to still continue on with the rest of my day.
I told her I'd pick her up at 10:30. I said I can be to you by 11 though, because I overslept. 11. Oh no, that ain't gonna work because I thought we was gonna be done by 11:30. Man, I'm gonna pick up at 10:30 and be done with you at 11:30.
11:30, exactly. Yeah, you need at least 2, maybe 3 hours. Maybe 3 hours, especially in Atlanta, because depending on how far y'all have to go, everything is 30 minutes away from each other. So you're gonna need at least 3 hours.
We had to do brunch. We had to go do tattoos and piercings.
So, like I said, she ain't had time for me, sir. But it's okay though.
Don't do Shell like that. Don't do Shell like that.
And we finished at 11:30. You know, that would have been a long time, but you wanted to come at 10.
Sophia, when I came to Chicago, we went to breakfast and we did the show. We supposed to just do the show, have the breakfast, whatever. We did the show, we had breakfast, and then I was with Sophia for the next 6 hours. Don't do me.
Because you live
Don't
here.
do Shell like that, so.
Because you live here. It wasn't like a vacation. It was a visit. See, mine was more of a vacation. It's a difference between a vacation.
But you was gonna visit with Shell.
On vacation.
Thank you, Miss J. We'll discuss how me and Miss J have fun tomorrow. On the next show
y'all
next
come
week.
to New York for my birthday.
Go live.
Y'all come.
I might even go live.
Y'all coming to New York for my birthday?
I can't promise you that. I'll try, but I can't
See
promise.
What I mean? See what I mean?
I'm starting a new job. I can't just be
Right, I'm
taking off
starting
on
a
a
new
new
job,
job.
too.
That's when you start a new job. You say, "Hey, I got this plan, so I need these days off because I already got my tickets."
And then I gotta bring Jaden. What I'm supposed to do with Jaden?
I ain't no kids.
Exactly my point. What I'm supposed to do with Jaden?
Drop him off in Chicago.
So he's supposed to be in school, so I can go to New York for your birthday.
Yes.
Right.
No,
And mine only 13.
You can just come for the weekend. Come for the weekend.
No, Miss J, I'm gonna send James over there with Jay, and then we gonna send the JJs together, and then they gonna just chill out while we go to New York.
There we go.
Okay. Jay
Bye.
Going. No more. So
okay, guys, thank you for watching the
have
show
a good
this
day.
week.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in and participating in our show. Please tune in next week when we get into more mental health in the Black community and more hot topics. And hopefully we'll have our co-host Wiz with us. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you again. Have a good rest of your Monday.
Yes, have a good week too, people.
Guys, have a good week.
Bye.